Welcome back to Sharing with Shamika. Today I'm going to be sharing how I make my cornbread dressing. We'll start here with 1 cup of cornmeal, 1/3 cup of buttermilk, 1/4 oil, and 1 egg. I'm only making a small portion since it's just me and my husband, but usually I will make this times 3. This will serve about 2 to 4 people. And I usually eyeball all of this, but because I'm putting this video out, I went ahead and added the portions and the ingredients. That's why you'll notice me going back and forth adding, because I usually eyeball this. So what I did was, after I finished making everything, I was able to give a true depiction of how much I used. Now that we mix up the cornbread, I usually will oil my pan and put it in the oven until the grease is hot, and then I add my cornbread. This just allows the crust to build. I always like my dressing to have a little crust crunch in it. So once you do this, you'll put it in the oven at 350. And it usually doesn't take long at all. We don't care how pretty this bread is, because we're going to crumble it up. So after I baked it for about 20 minutes, this is the end result. Now here what I did was I added onion and celery and put some chicken stock, and I boiled it for about 20 minutes. Then I added cream of chicken to this, and this is going to be what I add to my dressing, as well as a gravy to go on top of my dressing. So now I'll get the drippings from my chicken that I had. Because it's a small amount of dressing I'm making, I didn't have that much chicken juice, so I just added some chicken broth to that to get enough. It's about a cup in total. So here I'm just breaking up, crumbling up the cornbread. Again, depending on how many people you're serving, you can double or triple this size in your ingredients. I always say this is the fun part, crumbling up the cornbread. So now we're going to add in some sage. And I say I use about 1.5 tablespoons of sage, but I do it to taste. If I need to add more later, I can. Now I'm going to add that mixture, the onion, celery, and cream of chicken mixture in there. Again, I'm going to save a little reserve for gravy for later. And we'll just mix that in. Now remember, we have that chicken stock. So we'll start adding that little at a time, because this cornbread is going to absorb a lot of that mixture, a lot of that liquid. So at the end result, you want your dressing to be juicy, because you're going to put it in the oven and you don't want it to be dry. And we put it in the oven to brown, just the top. Sometimes in my chicken, not my stock, but my actual cream of chicken mixture, I will have a boiled egg, cut that up, put it in there. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. It all depends. So if you would like that, you can definitely do that. My mom did it. That's what I started out doing. Sometimes I don't add it just because I don't want it. Here we're going to add a little bit of garlic powder, probably like a teaspoon, and some pepper. And then I added just a little bit of Tony Szechuan, but not even a full teaspoon. It was probably right a little under a teaspoon. And a little bit of onion powder. And I taste this as I go to see if I need to add anything. Now, I wouldn't suggest that you take these ingredients and just dump all the ingredients in a bowl, because again, you have to kind of see how the dressing, the cornbread is going to take that liquid. Do you need more? Do you need less? And it's easier to add than to take away. So add just a little at a time until you can get the right consistency. And remember, when I was little, my mom used to say, I don't cook by ingredients, I cook by feel. And I understand what she meant now that I'm older. Sometimes you just kind of feel if that's enough or you need more. But that'll come in time. If you're new cooking, that's not going to be easy for you. But the more you cook, you'll realize that you'll start to cook by feel. And that's about the consistency I want. Like I said, I want it to be juicy because I'm going to be putting it in the oven. So I'm spray down this pan and I'm going to add the dressing there. And I'm only going to put this in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. I only want to brown the top. Here I am with the cover. The cover is going to be on for the first 10 minutes, and then the last 5 to 7 or 8 minutes, you'll remove it to brown. If you want it darker, you can leave it in there darker. Well, here's the end result. That night, we had some baked wings, some dressing, macaroni cheese, potato salad, and green beans. So guys, I know Thanksgiving is coming up. If you want to use this recipe for that time, please do so. Thank you again for watching my channel. Please share and don't forget to subscribe. And coming up in one of my next videos, I'm going to be sharing how I make my sweet potato pie. So here's just a quick look at that. Thanks again for watching.